More Coffee Talks. Today I'm going to tell you guys about some of my insecurities, I guess. One of them. I'll tell you a story about one of them. So I went on this trip to Mississippi with my mom, my sister, my little brothers. Well, my little brother and my little sister. We took this trip. We stayed at this hotel along the way because it took us a couple of days to get there. So we stayed in this hotel. We all stayed in the same room. I've got this problem with my breathing at night. I can't breathe very well, I don't think, when I sleep at night, so I'll like snore or like choke and stuff when I'm sleeping. It's a terrible situation. But I woke up in the morning after we had all slept, and I woke up and everybody in the room was looking at me, right? So I wake up and my brother, my mom, they're all just looking at me with this look of concern in their face. And I'll never forget, the look that I saw on their faces. It was kind of like who is this person almost. And we got in the car that morning and everybody went straight to sleep. I remember my little brother, he was so tired and he went straight to sleep. And I remember sitting there thinking, I wanted to just kill myself right there. That was a very low point in my life, and it just affected me just in a huge way. And I remember staring out that window as we're driving, and we got in the car and they were so tired, because they hadn't gotten any sleep that night. And everybody was just, they just passed out. And I just felt like just the biggest, loser, for lack of a better word, I guess. And, it's little things like that in life where it hits you really hard and you have to decide whether or not you're going to let it take you to a really bad place, When I was sitting in that car driving with them, and they all went straight to sleep, we got in that car, they were supposed to be well rested from the night before. That just went through my head, and it was just, it's something simple. It's something that probably sounds stupid to whoever's listening to this. It's a petty thing, maybe, but it really hurt me. It hit me hard, and it affected my mental, thought process about who I was. When I look in the mirror, you see your flaws when you look in the mirror. That's what you see. And it's hard for you to sometimes, look at positive things, when negative things are what you see, So I was listening to Les Brown once, and one of the things that I remember him saying is a positive stroke, he said one negative stroke is 10 times more powerful than a positive stroke. And that just is so very true. It's hard. We focus so much on negative things sometimes, and we just allow that to just hit us. It seems like it's so easy to accept negative stuff like that, but that's a story, that it was a moment that I really let something negative really affect me in a bad way. So you have to find ways to change your thinking. When you come into situations like that, instead of taking it so hard, because like I told you earlier, I was on the verge of literally, I was telling myself as we're riding in this car, I was going, I'm just going to open the door and jump out. It's going to be better for everybody else, because I don't want to be the burden on someone else's life. That's hard to be, you know. But you have to push through stuff like that. You know, life's gonna hit you with all kinds of problems. You know, your issues are gonna be different than mine. But continue to tell yourself positive things. That is the absolute best way for you to get through these negative challenges that are going to come up in your life all the time. Because that negative stroke is going to be 10 times more powerful than that positive stroke. So you have to, you know, the negative strokes are going to come, but they're not going to come continuously, you know? So you can, in the absence of those negative strokes, you fill your mind with positive stuff, you know? So, for instance, me, I would always, from that day forward, I would tell myself, you know, you can control, you know, how you affect other people's lives. You know, you're in control of that. You know, your behavior, your actions, you know, yeah, you know, I was asleep. You say, well, you can't control that. Yeah, you know, so the next time around, you know, I'll get my own room. or, you know, if I get on an airplane, I don't let myself go to sleep. I don't care how tired I am, you know, because I don't want to affect those people around me negatively. I feel a burden upon myself 24 hours a day to be helpful to people and not to hinder them in their life, you know? So, I don't know. That's my story for today. Don't let negative things get you down. Find a way. You're not always going to be able to correct the problem, but you can find a way to work around it and continue to fill your head with positive things. Okay? Remember that. Keep drinking coffee. This is, I can't remember what it is, but I had them dump a whole crap ton of coconut milk in it because I love coconut stuff. So, alright. Thanks for listening to this rant again. We'll see you guys on the next one.